Grand Rising. Somebody sent me a video of a black woman being hung by some white boys. My first reaction was anger. I was fucking pissed. I have no idea about its authenticity. I didn't check to see if it was real or fake, and I don't even know where the fuck to go to find out whether it was real or fake. My job was to raise awareness in case a black woman was fucking being hung, because a lot of black people lately have been found hanging on trees and shit, and law enforcement are calling them suicides. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I posted this fucking video, so direct your anger at the right person. In addition, it should tell you that Instagram allowed me to post this video and never took it down. You understand their fucking state of mind, how they think about black people, how they want us to be desensitized to our own fucking murder. You understand what I'm saying? I don't leave my house without my fucking gun. And black people need to understand they have to be vigilant, because the shit out there is real. Because a lot of people have been found hanging on trees lately, and we have no idea what law enforcement is doing to rectify the fucking situation, because they keep calling them fucking suicides. You can't keep fucking hanging black people, and every time they found hung, and then you calling it a fucking suicide. That's what I was fucking pissed about. Direct your anger in the right place, not at me. You need to stay vigilant. If you have daughters, because these fucking cowards, they're attacking black women. They're not attacking black men. And if this is a sick joke, these white boys, they still need to get their fucking asses beat. And this black woman, she needs a fucking ass locked up for taking part in this bullshit, because this shit ain't a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking pissed at this shit. That's why I fucking posted it.
Grand Rising. I've always said any revolution against white imperialism that would bring significant changes to the world would have to start with black people in America. First of all, America is the leading imperialist nation of the world. Everybody follows America. And when America says they're gonna do something, they call on England, France, their NATO allies to do it. America has invaded over 82 countries since its inception. Most of the countries they've invaded have been black and brown countries. And when they invade these countries, they usually deploy at least 40% of their black soldiers into Somalia, Haiti, any country in Africa where they identify resources that they want to steal. What they're doing is they're sending familiar faces, because when these people see a black soldier, they see somebody that looks like them, they let their guards down. They become friendlier. I don't know if you all have heard of Nicholas Irving. They call him the Reaper. This guy has killed more people in the history of the U.S. Army than anybody. He's also a sniper. He's actually writing a book about his kills. You understand? Imagine a soldier being in the U.S. Armed Forces, has to fight racism just to get a promotion, has to fight racism when he gets back home, but he's willingly going to Africa, going to Haiti, going to Guatemala, DR, or anywhere that he's sent to murder people that look just like him. This is why it's important for us to understand we have to revolt against the system first, because the system used us to subjugate everybody else while we're still fighting the system for our own subjugation. Nicholas Irving is a murderer. He was trained by the U.S. to be a killer. When they want to kill people in a black neighborhood, they also send their black police officers. So they use us in every way to destroy us on behalf of them. But we're not connecting the dots. We're not looking at the history. We're not doing anything to revolt against that system. Black soldiers are being deployed every day overseas on behalf of America to go kill black and brown people on behalf of America. And then when they return home, they get treated like shit by America. Let's be real. The world cannot thrive without the resources and the minerals in Africa. Unfortunately, whenever most black people get into a position of power, they always wield that power to abuse other black people. I recently learned that America, France, Britain, and China have been using Rwanda and Uganda as proxies to destroy the people of the Congo because they want to steal their resources. Rwanda used to be one of my favorite countries to visit. Uganda as well, because I've been to both countries. But I can no longer tolerate these fucking puppets who have allowed the West to basically use them to abuse, exploit, oppress, marginalize, subjugate their own people. We have to stand up to the West first because America always leads the charge. As much as they talk about democracy, nobody believes in fucking slave labor more than America. That's why most American companies are in China and they're in the Caribbean. They're everywhere they can pay people less than average, wage to live on. So we have to start here because if we don't fight here, the people in Africa are going to fucking perish. The people in the Caribbean are going to perish. These monsters, we live with them every day. We understand what they do. The people overseas, only the puppets are aware of what's going on. Most of these people, they don't even think about America. When you're forced into a survival position, you don't have time to live. You don't have time to think. And that's what's happening with black people all over the world. And we have to start the fight here.
Grand Rising. As black people, we have to stop minimizing our struggle. Our struggle is not local. It's not national. It's not even federal. It's global. You understand? Everything that is practiced against us in the United States, France, Britain, is also practiced on a global scale with the IMF and the World Bank exploiting Africa, the Caribbean. Black people don't really understand predatory lending, payday loans. They're equal to the IMF and the World Bank, what they're doing in Africa, the Caribbean. We don't see the transaction because most of the time when we purchase in a car, we're purchasing that car from a white dealership. So the transaction goes from white hand to white hand. When you purchase in a home, it's the same thing. The transaction never even touch your hand. The IMF and the World Bank, when they're lending money to African countries, it's at a higher rate. Just like we get higher rate loans here. Doesn't even matter what our credit is. They do the same thing to the Caribbean, African, and most of the time, whatever infrastructure they're building, they usually force to hire specific white contractors. So the transaction between the bank, the IMF, and the World Bank is between them and the white person. You understand what I'm saying? So we get marginalized on so many levels, but we keep minimizing that shit just to us. One more thing. Black people have never put it all on the line for liberation. We have never been a threat to these people because we don't know how to come together to say, okay, enough is enough. Until we do that, we're never going to be truly liberated because they're constantly coming up with new neo-colonist ways to marginalize us. The more things change, the more they remain the same. I know a lot of y'all think what's going on in Palestine right now is new. Nope. What Israel is doing to the Palestinians right now with the support of President Biden is from an old blueprint and practice against other people. In 1915, when America invaded and occupied Haiti for 19 years, they were doing the same exact thing to the Haitians. Haiti was a sovereign country, independent republic. You understand? The white U.S. government went down there and indiscriminately started killing children, women, innocent people,
The Haitians hadn't done anything. There was no Hamas. There was nobody that did anything to America. You understand what I'm saying? These people don't need a reason to go in and do the bullshit racist fucking thing that's in their nature. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking 1915. That's over 100 years ago. They're doing the exact same shit now. So stop buying into the false propaganda about Hamas. There should be a fucking Hamas in Palestine. You understand what I'm saying? In Haiti, they have the cacos. Listen, I didn't just write A Time for Revenge, the Black Revolution, for no reason. Until we stop these motherfuckers in their track, the same shit is going to happen 100 years from now. You understand? Because occupying other people's territories, that's what they fucking do. When they went to Haiti, the first thing they wanted to do was to steal the gold and the fucking money in the Haitian National Bank. This is the same thing that's going on in Palestine right now. They're murdering people, stealing their fucking land, and doing everything that is fucking illegal. That's in their nature. This barbaric bullshit, that's who the fuck they are.
Grand Rising. I need black folks to understand that we're constantly under attack globally, not just in America. Black men are especially targeted for mass incarceration in America and for destruction around the world. Our young black juveniles are being turned into delinquents. They're being outfitted with guns to basically form gangs, not just in America, all across the world. They are used in coups against governments. They are used in our own community here in America to destroy the community. We have to be aware of their tactics. We have to start using critical thinking to understand these people want to designate our destiny. We have to take hold of our own destiny. I know black women sometimes feel attacked when we talk about what you guys need to do, but I need y'all to understand that feminism is a creation of white women. And feminism, white feminism, is protected and supported by the structural system in place, which gives white women the liberty to do every fucking thing that they want, which you don't have. Through no fault of your own, you're not protected as white women. But please understand, as many of you think that you have choices, to a certain degree you do. However, your choices are limited. 99.9% of y'all would be married to men that are 6'2" or above and making 6 or 7 figures if you truly had a choice. You understand? You don't get to pick like that. That's why I need y'all to really rise above the fray and stop choosing men that are running out on you. Stop choosing men, the same men that are having 10, 12, 11, 13 kids by 13 different women. And then you want to wait around for a good man to come along and take on the burden of your past mistakes. That is not fair to the men who are providers, who are good men, who are family men, who are good-natured. We have to take hold of our future, our community. These people have used every mechanism to destroy us, whether it's our music, hip-hop, the healthcare system, bad food, poor education. We are constantly under attack, but a lot of y'all seem to think life is going accordingly. No, it is a dysfunction and we are normalizing it because it's been forced down our throats. We need to wake up. We need to understand their tactics and we need to do better. Please understand that. I need y'all to go to freeblackworld.com to sign up for the site. I'm leaving this piece of shit racist ass site. I know the FBI, the CIA, they've been watching my account. I posted a video of Israeli soldiers executing civilian Palestinians. They took it down. I also posted a picture of Israeli soldiers tying up civilians, treating them like shit. This is shit that's in a newspaper. They also took that down. They saying I'm basically violating community guidelines. So community guidelines means you can't share the truth that's going on in the world on this fucking site. I know the CIA got a lot to do with that, but fuck them. I know the FBI has something to do with it too. Fuck them too. Ain't nobody scared of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dead man walking. Go fuck yourself. I'm leaving this fucking site. Please go to freeblackworld.com. Grand Riser. The most brutal, heinous, despicable, and violent crime the world has ever seen is racism. It started out with slavery. You understand? No one has ever been prosecuted for slavery. Despicable piece of shit King Leopold killed 13 million people in the Congo. He was never prosecuted for it. Netanyahu is killing thousands of innocent babies and women in Palestine. He's not being brought up on charges for war crimes. We can go on and on. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, and so many other black cities in America where people were murdered indiscriminately for no reason. No one has ever seen justice for these murders. In 1915, the illegal invasion of Haiti by despicable racist pieces of shit from America. They murdered thousands of Haitians. No one has ever been prosecuted. There's 6 million people in the Congo right now being displaced and murdered because these fucking pieces of shit racists want to have electric cars, phones, tablets, and so on. No one is being prosecuted for the crime of racism. It is the most dehumanizing crime, the most violent and brutal in the entire world. And I wish black people, especially those of you who have joined the armed forces, would stop killing on behalf of these governments because of their racism. We need to wake up and understand what they're doing, and we have to unite as black people to put a stop to their bullshit.
Good afternoon. We live in a society that idolizes psychopaths, and they make celebrities out of them. People like Al Capone, Charles Manson, Billy the Kid, Bonnie and Clyde. These are all degenerates. You understand what I'm saying? They've become legends in American society. And now we have a generation of rappers like Rick Ross naming themselves after, notorious drug dealer. Capone, Noriega, Yo Gotti, you name it, the list goes on. Daz Dillinger. You can go down a whole entire list of rappers who basically want to keep these infamous people alive with their names. And we wonder why the narrative about black life, especially in hip hop, is about destruction, drug dealing, prostitution, and all this other bullshit that destroys our community. We have to get away from that. I understand, these Zionists control the record labels, but at the same time, it's not as if we don't have minds of our own. We have to basically take the wheel. We cannot allow this bullshit to continue. The black community deserves better. Stop supporting bullshit.